Hello everyone, this is Lorena and I'm back with another duels video. We're just continuing where I left off last time. I'm trying to get 100 victories. And not tonight, don't worry, I'm not going that far. But I need Kaiba to get to level 30. And as I'm doing this, I'm actually getting a good amount of wins. It's kind of crazy to think about, because I just started off this game losing a lot, and I mean I'm still getting a good amount of losses, right? And we have to assume that right now I'm in the ranks of someone that's pretty much just started or might be returning to rank duels after a long period of inactivity. And as I climb up the ranks, it's going to become harder and harder for me to win. So that's something I have to keep in mind. Like, this is not a free win. I mean, this is not I can just get to 100 wins because I've got this amazing deck now. It's not that simple. Okay, I see. Dimensional prison. Like that means anything against Kaiba. Alright. Well, I'm just going to have to use Cyber Dragon, just, you know, as a precaution. I attack you. Oh, oof. That card. Alright. Oh, well, this is definitely tough. And make your move. I will. But I can't do much just yet. I end my turn. That is amazing. Oh, I cannot wait until it is time for me to unleash my master strategies. Although those face down cards, my opponent has proven to have quite a bit of those. Oh, I see. Well, he has ancient rules in his deck as well. Although, obviously, if I can come up with a strategy, someone else can find it too. It's not something that I think it's not something that's impossible, obviously. But it is interesting seeing someone else use that. I wonder if I ever saw one of my opponents using that as a strategy. Like, is that how I found it? I just want to know. I just want to know if that's how I found it. Okay, well, this isn't a free win. Like, look at this. Fighting against well, you changed it to defense position. Okay, and Blue Eyes is back on the field. Okay, the attack was negated. I end my turn. He can bring back other Blue Eyes cards. And I'm sure he can do it even with a card that I removed from play with Dimensional Prison. I'm pretty sure he can do that. Oh, I see. So, do you have a... Oh, I see, yes. This card, it drives me crazy. Okay, well, I end my turn here. Like, what do you expect? Sure, I may make stupid moves, but while I do make those, I still also get wins. And that's the best part. The best part about all of this is that I still get wins. Oh, yes. Alright. Let's get started. If this is going to be a massacre. Alright. Well, I end my turn. What are you going to do? Are you going for mutual destruction? Are you going to do that? Oh, well, this should be interesting. Okay, well, I've got, like, nothing. My opponent has a lot. So if I had to assume who'll win this, I am definitely assuming my opponent is. Like, I don't really think or something. Okay, well, I lost. But that's fine, guys. That's fine. Because just because I lost doesn't mean that my spirit is broken. I will come back over and over. You know, I believe that card can't be destroyed by battle. Oh, damn. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I know what's going to happen now. No, I don't. Well, I've got a pretty good idea of what's likely to happen. Oh, hold on. Okay, well, you just won. Oh, no. He has not won yet. However, as far as I'm concerned, he has definitely won. Like, just activate something. Dude, did I just say I want him to activate a card that can just Well, to be fair, I think the problem is there is nothing for me to do. Okay, well, I end my turn and my opponent wins. But that's fine, that's fine. Still, my opponent is, you know, Kaiba is, I think, at level 21. So, I still have 9 levels to grind for him. And, yeah, this means I'm going to have to face a lot of defeats. But I'm sure I can do it. I'm sure I can handle it. Okay. Next. Alright, I've got some items to use. Some EXP boosters, and to be honest, I can't just use boosters just too many times in a row. Like, using a booster one after the other, that kind of gets old. Like, sometimes I just want to click duel again over and over and over. Like, I really want to see how far I'm able to get. Like, am I able to get 100 wins? I mean, we'll have to see. Oh, yes. We'll definitely have to see. So, have fun. I am definitely going to kick some ass. That's right. I'm kicking ass. Alright, I end my turn. So, if you have anything better, then come at me if you dare. I know your hand is full, so you can probably do a lot. Alright. Well, it is now my turn. I draw. Alright. I'm going to tribute summon a monster. This card, obviously. And I'm going to attack your defense position monster right here. Oh, interesting. I didn't expect that. But you know, I still defeated it in battle. That's what matters, you know. Oh, we have a tough. This is some tough shit. Continue to attack. Yes. I attack this card right here. Because obviously, I don't take kindly to monsters I destroy coming back from the graveyard. If I destroyed your monster, it better stay in the graveyard. That's where it belongs after I've destroyed it. Alright. That's fair. I'm going to destroy everything I can. Like seriously, I'm going to go at my opponent. With everything in my deck. It is going to be brutal. It is going to be a bloodbath. Because I swear, I've got to go. I have to do this over and over. I may as well have some enjoyment. And yeah, with every passing day and week and year, this act is becoming less of an act, and I'm slowly regaining my former self. Obviously as an older, more mature version, but it's still pretty much the same. I see. So it's already my turn. And you're activating that. Alright. That's fine. I battle. Well, let's see how this goes. I see. Well, that's a shame, isn't it? Alright, well, I end my turn. It looks like it's your move. If you plan to attack me and win, well, you better do it fast. I don't take kindly to my time being wasted. Okay. That's fine, that's cool. But I'm definitely going to kick some ass. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I sure know what I'm saying. So, this is definitely tough. Like, seriously, it's very, very tough. But at the same time, it's pretty tough for my opponent, who has only 200 life points left. So what is he going to do? What's his plan? I mean, he has a good amount of monsters to work with, so surely he has something up his sleeve. Alright. So, what do you plan to do? I see. So, is this card immune to effect? I mean, can it destroy spells? I'm going to activate this. Well, okay. It is my turn. Alright, well, I attack with this. And I might take damage, but I can handle it. Sure. I can handle it. That's definitely... Okay. Well, this is definitely... He's quickly turning the tables. I'm wondering what I can do. Oh man. This is tough. But like, if he was going to attack me directly... Oh, what should I do? I mean, it would come down to luck at this point. I mean, pure luck. Well, that's not what I call luck. But, I mean, okay. I pick this card. That was very brutal. And by the way, he still has a card right there. That was bad. That was poorly calculated. In any case, that's fine. A loss is a loss. I can handle it. But it certainly sucks. Oof. Ugh. What do I do? What do I do with that card? Oh, like, I can't get rid of it. I don't have the cards. I don't have the cards. Well, I don't know. It's not like I'm choosing to... Well, I've definitely lost. I have definitely lost. Okay, well that's okay. I would rather there be a definite outcome. I would rather my opponent not deck out. Let's just put it that way. Like, I prefer for outcomes to be actual outcomes. Like, if your opponent decks out, that's a pretty bad way to win. And now, is it a valid way to win? Well, yes, it is. If your opponent runs out of cards, and they cannot draw from their deck, then yes, that is still a win. And it is still valid according to the rule book. But from where I stand, it's not necessarily the best way to win. In order to truly achieve victory, you want to make sure that your wins aren't reliant on your opponent decking out. Because if you're depending on your opponent to deck out to win, well, that just means your deck sucks. Although there are some strategies where your opponent is basically meant to deck out. Like, as much as I can criticize that strategy, there are cards that work around that. Like, it is a perfectly legitimate way of winning a duel. And there are definite strategies that you can work with to make sure your opponent runs out of cards. And no matter how I criticize it, if my opponent decks out, they deck out. Like, it's pretty much just a given. Yeah, I was very surprised. Well, Utopia right out of the gate. I'm not even going to bother Although I wonder why they changed this to Utopia instead of Hope. Okay, he's using Yuma's deck. That's not a bad thing. I mean, this is Yuma, so of course some people are going to be playing his deck, but I'm not even going to bother with these names. Okay. I swear I want that monster. It's like everyone has it. And when I realized the appeal, I was just like, you know, it never occurred to me that the appeal was so obvious. Okay, well, I end my turn. I can't do shit. I'm not really sure I'll be able to do shit later. I mean, I think I need Lightning Vortex. Although I'm not really sure that will help me at all. Alright. Well, that was quick. I lost. I mean, that card is put in a lot of decks for a reason. But I think that deck would have a lot of value to me if I was able to get it. In fact, where do I get it? I want to know. I want to know where I get it. Where is it? I want to know. I have to know. Because I need that card. I need it. Yeah, I'm definitely saying that a lot. But I mean it. I really mean it. Like, I love that card. Like, I'm sure that the fact it has been used to destroy me over and over helps with my decision to go in pursuit of that card. But yeah. And now, where do I expect such a card to be? I'm not actually sure, but I guess I look through here until I find it. I don't know. A photon of galaxy. You know, this one is probably the better to go for. I should probably go for this instead. Although, if I really... Oh, it's in here too. Oh, that's awesome. So, I'm going to use 200 gems on this. And I'd like to take the time to appreciate that, the cards in this pack, they have the card I want, but they also have some cards that go into Kite Step. So that is very helpful by a lot. So Photon of Galaxy, which, how do I remember that this box is the one I'm doing now, right now? I'll remember. Space. And hopefully that's enough. Okay, I'm going to have Kaiba duel some people over here. I need a break, a short break of course, but you know, a break. I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. Okay. Oh, like, I am preparing for a Shadow Warp playlist where I need certain characters to be unlocked, and Yugi really is not at the top of the list. Like, does Yugi experience things that I've experienced? Well, he did get bullied, and I have been a victim of bullying, but that's not exactly. I mean, there are other characters that have also been bullied that I relate to more. And also, there's just no real reason why I should be. There's no real reason why I should chase after this strategy. I mean, wait, what? Okay, this is distracting because one, I'm dueling. But two, even though I'm auto-dueling, my mind is focused on dueling, not necessarily what I was trying to start talking about. Unlocking Yugi, really not necessary. He is not part of this. But sure, whatever. Now, I do think it's important for me to mention that I have experienced grief before. Like, it wasn't in the method that I would have preferred, but I have experienced it. I think I prefer that if I'm going to experience grief, it was at least with something that isn't as final. If you catch my drift. And now I'm going to be very, very honest here. I haven't exactly grieved over a person, and this has bothered me, but I think some of that is actually starting to happen. Like, I'm ending up grieving over someone that made more sense to grieve over years ago. And that's okay, like, I mean, it's okay to grieve. Like, when you lose someone important to you, it's important to take the time to heal. But after this long, I thought I kind of skipped the grieving process. So I think what's actually happened here is I have slowed down. Like, I slowed down enough where I can start to process emotional things that I couldn't before. Like, for example, when my Dark Night of the Soul happened, that just so happened to, that took a lot of priority over some of the things that were going on in other areas of my life. Like, that really took over my life for a long time. Because it was just so immediate and in my face. But I don't feel that bad about it. Especially now that I do seem to be having some grief coming out. It's not something you want to happen. But it's something that can reassure you if you're like, I just lost this person that was a family member of mine, and I feel like shit that I'm not grieving over them. I think it's very nice when I can have the reassurance that I am not heartless. I was just going through a bunch of bullshit. But the fact that it took this long for me to start grieving, I'm just like, wow. And now, I must admit that I actually did not expect to start grieving. But I think there's something that may have triggered this. Like, I think there's more to this than just, well, I lost this person a long time ago. It's like, I think there's just this remembrance at the back of my mind that, like, everything that my parents have experienced, I have to go through that sometime in my life as well. And when that time comes, will I be ready? Will I be able to handle it? And now that is a very dark way of looking at it. And I must admit that a lot of adults, well, they're generally able to make it just fine. Especially people that are getting past things that are like traumatic and all that. Like if you've got like a lot of things just happen. Life isn't necessarily going to care about whether or not you can handle this or that. And I think one of my biggest fears is actually knowing how much I'm going to lose. And the lack of certainty that goes into that. I say that I overcome destiny a lot. Like I do it all the time. That's not necessarily true. That's an exaggeration. But when I say that, it's also a reminder that you really cannot tell what I've been through. Like, I don't necessarily show you that kind of thing. Like, when you speak to me, you can probably tell that I've been through a lot. But being through a lot doesn't say much. So, I think it's... How did this start with grief? How did I get started on this? Oh, right. I was talking about Yugi. Yeah, he, processed everything that happened with Yugi over the course of time, and in Dark Sided Dimensions, Kaiba hadn't gone through that. It is actually very clear that he just did not accept it. He was not able to handle it in quite the way that Yugi handled it. And I thought that was very interesting, but it's actually kind of dark. I mean, just knowing that Kaiba didn't exactly have the emotional upbringing to form an understanding of the 5 stages of grief. I didn't either, to be honest. Kite? Oh my god. I summoned you, didn't I? I summoned you by pulling a... Okay. You know I'm just messing around. Like, he shows up every now and then. It's no big deal. Although it actually is. It's no big deal, but it actually is. Yeah, that's how I feel about everything. Dude, he didn't summon anything. I could have attacked him. Dude, now it's too late. Now it's too late. Well, it doesn't matter if it's too late. Because even if it's too late, well... Even if I had attacked, this would have still happened. There wouldn't be much. Okay, give me a second. I already know that a lot of this I mean, I have a lot of trouble against Kite. I mean, particularly because of his Galaxy Eyes cards. And I want to build a deck like that. You know, just a deck for Kite. Although, to be honest, I still accidentally call him Kaito, which is his Japanese name. And that one is actually a slip up. It's not usually intentional. Okay. It's my turn. I draw. I put this card. Yeah, I'm going for this. Oh no! If I had attacked by now, this would be the winning. Oh, I see. He surrendered. You know, that is actually the best part of all of this. Like, I was dreading this so much, but I'm actually getting a lot of wins. It's one of the best things ever. And now, obviously, this isn't the kind of deck that most players use when they play as Kaiba, but I'm still getting a good amount of wins. I love that. And it is past midnight where I am. It is past midnight. I have been at this for so long. Alright. So let's do this. Let's go. Let's see who'll gain a weight. Let's see who will gain a rank and who won't. You know, I'm already surprised that I'm actually getting through a lot of these. Like, I was at bronze rank 2, and I'm almost up there with the silver ranks again. And now, obviously, I want to build decks that can win. And I do take some partial inspiration based on what my opponents do. It's obviously an important part of how I play this game. I mean, I've been out of touch with it for a long time. So what I can do is basically what I can do is just look at how my opponents are playing. What are they doing that I am not? Well, I've seen a lot of special summoning being done. I haven't done as much of that as I could, but I am definitely still doing some of that. Okay, well, my opponent is likely going to Xyz summon. Okay, well, that is not Xyz summoning, but that is still a form of summoning. Oof. Oh, well, a loss is a loss. Again, I have no problem. Oh, ancient rules. I'm not sure if I need to be very careful. I can't do anything careless. But at the same time, give me a second. I'm just going to get rid of that card and not attack in my turn. Blue Eyes White Dragon cannot attack when that card has been used. And now, obviously, my opponent probably isn't going to be budged by that. So I better be prepared. Because, again, I don't think my opponent's going to be fazed by that. And that's fine. He doesn't have to be budged. But I'm definitely going to win. I mean, obviously, I'm not guaranteed victory. just because I want it. But I can certainly fight for it. And if I'm lucky enough, then I'll get it. I've always operated from the perspective that I prefer skill over luck. Now, do I get lucky every now and then? Of course. Every duelist gets lucky here and there. And that's just part of card games. RNG, all that. Every player gets lucky. But skill and strategy, I definitely prefer that over just raw luck. Now, raw luck can be fun to mess around with. But there is an aspect of it that just isn't enough. I see. Luck alone cannot win you duels. Now, can it help you with duels? Of course. It can give you the last card you need to complete your combo. So of course it can be a good thing indeed. That was... I summon this card right now. I summon it! Oh, and by the way, I use Cyber Dragon as tribute to summon this. Piercing damage. Oh, that's right, I win. That's right, that is right. I won that. This may actually be more entertaining than I thought. Oh, I'm at rank 7. Oh my guys, I'm almost at silver rank. Okay, so I have won 17 times so far. So let me take a look at the video. Okay, it's roughly 43 minutes. I will do 1 or 2 more duels. But wow, this is just amazing. Like, this is the difference between pay to win. Oh wow. Like, the deck I built was not created with any money. Oh, now have I spent money? Well, since, yeah, I actually have. And there's a video where I mention that and go into those details. And I really did not have to. But I can be completely shameless. And by the way, I could absolutely afford to make that decision. It is not something that I did carelessly. I did that because I could afford to. And now there won't be too many impulsive purchases like that. Like, I really need to make sure that impulsive spending has to be at a very massive minimum. I cannot do it. I cannot just do that a lot. I can't just do that because that's too much. You have to be responsible with my money. I can't just do what I did earlier again, and yeah. Hold on. What are you doing? I see. Well, that's definitely not something I wanted to see. Okay, well, that was my normal summon. I don't even get a battle phase because of that. Well, I end my turn, obviously. Alright, so I think it's pretty obvious that I've lost this. But also, true loss has not been established until the last life point has reached 0. So if I have not reached 0 and I don't have 0 cards in my deck, then the duel isn't over. If my opponent still has cards in their deck and they still have life points, then it's not over. But it is over now. Yeah, it's over. And I'm fine with that. After all, it's going to get harder and harder to win. We have to remember this as I keep going up the ranks. Though I was getting a good amount of wins at silver rank too. I'm actually interested in how far up I can go. But this definitely does seem to suggest that I've got a good amount. I've got some potential as a duelist. I didn't actually think I had any. I didn't think I had any. I actually took out the duelist portion of my Twitter bio because I was like, I'm so bad at dueling, I may as well just take it out. But now I can put it back in. Although now there's no room. Yeah, now there's no room. And I haven't been on Twitter in a while. And by a while, I mean I've been on there within the past month, so it's recent enough, but you know. And by the way, I have polymerization in my hand, so if I draw 2 blue eyes, you are done. You're done. Okay, this is the last duel before I have to end the video and start another one. How many videos is it going to take for me to get this guy up to level 30? This is just insane. Alright. I see. You don't seem to be using a pin-up deck. A discard from your hand. Okay, polymerization. I mean, obviously, I've still got a polymerization left. If I'm forced to discard again, well, my skill gives me another polymerization. Okay, I kind of want another blue eyes. Alright. So this area is, wow. This is different. But obviously it's no surprise, really. That's right. I activate my skill. That's right. Feast your eyes on this. I polymerized. You saw me discard a polymerization. Well, here's the one from my skill. That's right, here's the one from my skill. I now summon this. If you think you've got what it takes, then go ahead. Go ahead and attack. Go ahead. I dare you. Oh, so you couldn't fight back. Oh, that's fine. It's my turn. And my opponent... Oh. Well, that was bad. Alright. Alright, well, looks like I've lost. I suppose that's what I get for acting the way I just did. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I can handle a loss here and there. But seriously, I have to end the video because this is so long already. So I'm going to wrap it up here. And I'm going to begin the next video. So for now, this is it. But remember that I'm going to have another video up in just a second. So stay tuned for that, because I'm coming back